Wow, it's Terrence Gangster Williams, aka OG Giggity. Y'all ready for part 3? Chapter 3, I mean. Alright, well, check this out. We better give it to y'all right now. Thank you all for hanging out. Thank you all for showing love. It's all good, man. We're gonna keep it rolling till y'all say, okay, that's enough. I don't like it no more. Get it out of here, Giggity. We want something else. That's when I'm gonna cut it out. Oh, and make sure you all check out my app on Roku. Terrence Gangster Williams Network. Go ahead and download it to your TV, because the stuff that we can't say on here, the cussing and the sexual part, we got it on the Roku app. So when if you got a Roku TV in your house, download that app and go ahead on and put me in rotation with you, and then you're gonna hear her with the moaning and all kind of other sexual content. Wow. Thank you all. Once again, be on the lookout for that nonprofit. They need us. I'm out. Wow.
The man next to the man. After the shooting incident with Howard, Iran realizes that Paul definitely has a killer instinct. He's still surprised that Paul actually shot Howard. What makes him more amazed is the fact that Paul hasn't shown any remorse. The initial night, Paul had nightmares. His thoughts were of Deidre going to the police, combined with visions of him and Chico sharing a cell at Rikers Island. Rikers is no punk jail. It's considered one of the roughest prisons in New York. I guess one can compare it to Angola in Louisiana, Lorton in Virginia, San Quentin in California, or Graterford in Pennsylvania. Paul finally awakes. It's Sunday morning. Throughout the night, Ashanti protectively keeps her arms around Paul. They've never skipped sex before going to sleep, but tonight is different. She has never seen him like this. He jumps out of his sleep, and within seconds, he falls right back to sleep. She merely tries to console him as his heart races at a rapid pace, and his chills create pea-sized balls of sweat. Needless to say, she is deeply concerned for her man. Thoughts of sleep for her are out of the question. She knows in her heart that she will be there for him. He needs her. By Monday evening, everything is back to normal. Iran has waved his magic wand, and the incident from Saturday is completely erased. No blood, no worries, no sweat. If killing remains this easy, Paul will never hesitate to pull the trigger. The morning news has a story about 2 unidentified bodies found in the French Quarter. Paul sees the picture on television, broadcasting side-by-side pictures of Howard and Deidre. The next few weeks fly by. Paul and Ashanti are on a mission to stack their paper. As it turns out, she is hustling weed during the day while he is hustling at night. The situation at Mayanna's has changed for the worse. Mayanna came home early one day and busted Paul and Ashanti screwing. That wasn't the bad part. After she closed their door, she opened Mr. D's and found him with 2 tricks asshole naked, smoking crack and having sex. The entire scene made her scream out the Lord's name. "Don't let the devil take over this house!" she pleads. Mayanna is very religious and can't have this sinning going on inside her house. Consequently, Paul and Ashanti moved to Marrero, about 3 miles from Algiers. Mr. D manages to get Mayanna to allow him to remain in her house. Paul and Ashanti settle on a 2-bedroom condo. They can easily afford the $1,000 a month rent, and they definitely need the space. Iran helped them find the condo and hooked him up with his man Muhammad, who helps furnish the entire apartment. Although at a discount, Muhammad gets expensive furniture and appliances from Avery Boardman, love seats, to 52-inch plasma screen TVs. What Muhammad can't get from his Arab or Italian friends off the black market, he would surely purchase from the Jewish underworld. It seems like the incident at Mayanna's house has brought Paul, Ashanti, and Iran into a deeper friendship. Iran starts hanging at the condo and Ashanti consistently sets him up with her girlfriends. Kevin has started coming by the condo as well, as he and Paul are really bonding. Paul and Kevin are getting along great. They both have similar values. They respect their women. Both are loyal and determined to stay away from situations that could change that. Kev, I want you to know something that someone very important told me. It's 3 things that keeps men at peace and not at war: loyalty, respect, and honor. As long as we keep these at the center of our friendship, we'll be a force to reckon with. Michelle and Cedra constantly try to seduce Kevin while he's visiting Paul. Kevin starts hanging at the shop regularly in the evenings after school. Irene has taken a liking to him because he is a friend of Paul's. However, after a few good weeks, he notices that the two of them are good for each other. Irene begins to trust him with the same confidence with which he trusts Paul. One afternoon, Kevin came to the shop a little earlier than he usually did. Paul was selling weed through the slide window. He saw Kevin approach. "Hey, what's up, baby boy?" "Ain't nothing, just chilling." "Well, I'm trying to make some extra loot." "How?" "Shooting dice, playing craps." "Show me how to play." "Alright." While explaining to Kevin that he should try to roll a 7 or 11 first, there was a knock at the door. "Who that?" "Hey, Paul, I need 3 nickels." Crazy Joe hollers into the slot. Crazy Joe is Paul's favorite customer. Not only is he loyal, he's somewhat trustworthy. As trustworthy as an addict can be. The thing he likes about the 5'4" weed head is that he's always full of jokes and always in a good mood. "Man, I can't pay you till Friday," Crazy Joe yells before Paul can get the 3 nickels together. "Joe, you know I can't do that shit," Paul yells back through the slot. He thinks to himself that he needs to get with Irene because this yelling through the slot shit isn't working out too well. Maybe an intercom or something. Crazy Joe is good for the money and Paul knows it, but he just doesn't want to make a habit out of giving him credit. Paul and Kevin can only laugh when Joe offers his insurance card as collateral. When Paul retrieves the card from the slot, he immediately noticed that it's expired. Shit, anyone that drives around with expired insurance has to be slipping, Paul thinks to himself. Paul and Kevin continue to laugh at the persistence of the little fella. "Man, I'm out here white mouth sweating and shit with munchies from last night, and y'all in there clowning." "Man, somebody else will give it to you," Paul states. "Man, you know you got the funk, and I ain't going nowhere else." "Shit, you keep the funk," Crazy Joe yells at Paul. Joe keeps stroking Paul's ego, knowing that eventually Paul will give in. Paul finally gives in, knowing all along he would. He just likes kicking it with Crazy Joe. With the weed in his hand, Crazy Joe yells, "I now ordain you P-Funk." I never liked the name Paul, and with the funk you're serving, it fits. And you know the honey's gonna love that name. Holla back, whoa. Kevin and Paul look at each other and instantly know P-Funk will be the shit. The name says it all. Kevin holds up another bag to the window. "Yo, what's my nickname, Crazy Joe?" Joe looks towards the sky for a minute as if the answer is up there, then looks at Kevin while rolling his blunt, then looks Kevin directly in the eyes and says, "Let me take a hit of this funk and I'll tell you." Damn, this is some killer. Matter of fact, that's your name, killer. Kevin can't relate to the nickname. Being a square from the metro area, he doesn't catch it. He looks at Paul with a confused face, and Paul looks at Crazy Joe. "Why killer?" Paul asks. "Listen, young bloods, follow me with this. Y'all two motherfuckers are running the spot in the city. With names like P-Funk and Killer, y'all's reputation will rise. Knowing there's a killer working with you will keep the Jack boys away. See what I'm saying?" says Joe. P-Funk and Killer dap each other and give Crazy Joe another 2 bags on the house. The 2 fists touch together, then hug. They don't realize the birth of P-Funk and Killer will be names that'll go down as the finest in the streets. The rest of the day goes by slowly. All they care to talk about are their new names, P-Funk and Killer. Lots of rain makes business slow. That's another thing he needs to talk with Iran about. Maybe an awning over the window, like a pizza parlor. Shit, we gotta take care of our customers. Iran shows up and decides to chill at the shop with the boys. Since it's slow, Iran takes the opportunity to teach the boys some culture. He goes in the back room and pulls out something from I'ma Get You Sucker, an old record player. Man, does that shit work? Asked P-Funk. Just relax, youngster. I'ma teach you a thing or two, answers Iran. He goes to the grocery part and brings back a few 40s and some yak. Going through his collection, he puts on some Otis Redding, a little Marvin Gaye, B.B. King, Fats Domino, and finally some Sam Cooke. It's the down-home blues that brings tears to the eyes of P-Funk. B.B. King was his dad's favorite artist. The song that Iran played brought visions of him and his father shooting hoops at the YMCA. As Sam Cooke's song ends, visions of his mom and pop soaked in blood fully invade his mind. Tears pour out of P-Funk uncontrollably. Before P-Funk can regain his composure, he's in a full-fledged breakdown. Tears, moans, and all. Iran sees his protege in a fit and goes to console him. Youngster, is everything okay? When he puts his arm around P-Funk's shoulder, P-Funk lets it all out. He tells them how he was a star in high school and how after his parents were murdered, his entire life was ruined. Yo, they was laying there in a pool of blood in front of me, is all he could say. The three sat there, their sympathy harvesting into a dynamic friendship as P-Funk nursed his blues. Iran assures him that he will never ever have to worry about anything like that happening between them. Kevin lets him know, Wody, you and me will be together for life. No man, no money or success will separate the killer from P-Funk. The three sit in silence as the sounds from B.B. King to the OJs minister to their souls. They have laid their souls on the line. Here they formed a bond built on trust and honor, and cemented with tears, blood, and heartfelt emotions. The consequences should be honorary, but this is the game. Always expect the unexpected. Later that night, Paul and Kevin go to the condo. When they walk in, the girls are watching uncut videos on BET. Everyone speaks. Hey y'all, what's up? Where y'all been? Getting that Lucci like Chuck and Moochie. Damn, who that chick in the video? That's the baddest bitch. Who, Trina? Yeah, and you could put your tongue back in your mouth now. You jealous, Ashanti? Nah, I got you right here and you can put your tongue in this mouth, Ashanti said while placing her hand on her punani. Everyone started laughing. Oh, you trying to play me like that, huh? Nah, boo. You know I don't play with that coochie eating stuff. And you trying to clown me. Don't be front for us like you don't eat seafood, Michelle said. The only seafood I eat comes from the ocean. And that ocean is called Ashanti, Michelle adds. Fuck y'all, Paul states as he put down the case of wine coolers. Michelle grabs the case first, removing all of her favorite flavors before anyone else does. As they all drink, Tyra fires a joint and starts choking. Kevin and Paul burst into laughter, and the girls look at them trying to figure out the joke. Paul tells them the story of Crazy Joe and their new nicknames. Paul is sure to exclude the part about his breakdown. They laugh and continue to sip on their coolers. There is nothing like friends. Chilling, relaxing, having a good time, creating memories for the future. In the middle of his thought, Ashanti reaches under her shirt and removes her bra. She stands up, tosses it to Paul and says, P-Funk, let's go wrestle. When P-Funk jumps up and follows her to the room, everyone just giggles. Cedra says, damn, y'all fuck like rabbits. Nigga ain't been here but 5 minutes and she coming out her panties. Once inside the bedroom, Ashanti pulls P-Funk down and starts kissing him from head to toe, massaging his shoulders, chest, and thighs. She starts biting him on his six-pack, sucking each ab muscle, moaning and making sucking noises. Before she goes down on him, she takes the warm strawberry gel from the nightstand and rubs it all over his balls and dick. "What the hell is that?" P-Funk states as he opens his eyes. It starts to tingle. "Yo, what's that, Ma?" "Just relax," Ashanti says and starts working magic with her mouth. "How does that feel?" "Good. Baby, don't stop. Be easy right there." "Turn around," Ashanti asks. "Turn around for what?" "I want to see how it feels like this," Ashanti said while switching positions, putting her coochie in P-Funk's face. "Hold up, Ma. Nah, get your shit out of my face." "What, boy? You heard me. You a trip. You want me to be sucking your dick and shit, but you don't want to taste this pussy? You do what you do and I do what I do, and I don't eat no pussy. Why? That shit is for white boys and Ricans. Plus, I got a 9x4. It's niggas that'll pay to eat this pussy. If it's a nigga out there willing to eat your pussy knowing you fucking me, that nigga is out his mind." "Oh, so you think I'm fucking around, that's why you won't eat my pussy? If it ain't dead or cooked, I ain't eating it." "That's fucked up, Paul." "I love you. If you love me, you would do what I do for you." "Ashanti, I'm not eating no pussy. Get that in your head." "Well, you're not getting none of it neither." "Cool with me." "Alright, sweet dreams." "Alright, sleep with the angels." Ashanti should have learned by now. Never leave your man with a headache, a hard-on, or an empty stomach. P-Funk has off for the next 2 days and decides to catch up on his rest. Ashanti, Michelle, and Tyra went to the salon this morning. Cedra remained behind claiming that her asthma was acting up. P-Funk fires up a joint and goes for a walk. Walking down Elizardi, he notices the kids playing football, touching the street and tackle on the grass. He likes Marrero. It has that small town appeal. It seems like people in the South generally care about each other. As he continued walking, he reflects back to his hometown. The city contains several million people, and they all walk around like they don't know one another. New York, New York, the city of dreams, are his thoughts. He waves at the sexy females hanging out. After grabbing a Formula 50 from the store, he heads back towards the condo. He doesn't stop, but just makes a mental comparison with this place in New York. He feels at home down here. New York, New York. It tickles him that people actually named the city twice for being so big. He laughs, then continues to walk. He doesn't notice Cedra looking out the window at him. As it turns out, Ashanti left P-Funk a bedside note telling him she went to the salon. It isn't unusual that she left so early, and irregardless of what happened last night, P-Funk trusts her. Cedra asks, "Where's Ashanti and the girls?" P-Funk just shakes his shoulders. Despite knowing all of them should be at the salon with Ashanti, he wonders what she's up to. His thoughts are immediately answered when Cedra sits on his laps, puts her arms around his neck, and gives him a wet kiss. A kiss that she's been thinking about since the first day they met. Although P-Funk wants to remain loyal to Ashanti, the sight of Cedra in one of his t-shirts and her panties is too much for him to take. He stands up with his soldier already at attention. He grabs Cedra's perky and firm breast through the t-shirt. She gasps. P-Funk lays her down on the rug, pulls her G-string to the side, and slides into her warm and inviting punani. Cedra thinks to herself, Ashanti must have forgot to handle her business last night. Ashanti has done a really good job teaching P-Funk how to keep from coming. Cedra knows he's holding back because Ashanti has often bragged to the girls how she has schooled him. She should have realized that this only made them jealous and desire him more, while P-Funk is stroking in slow, deep thrusts. Cedra starts rubbing on her clit. Within a few seconds she comes, and the cum shoots straight up in the air, while P-Funk is still in the coochie. Damn! What, you got a squirter in there? P-Funk has never seen any shit like that. Even with all the positions him and Ashanti have been in, didn't anything like this happen. Good googly moogly. Cedra grabs his butt cheeks while saying, come for me. You know you want to come in this pussy. Come on, daddy, let it go. Although Ashanti has said sexier things to him, the excitement of sneaking and sleeping with her friend is too much. He shakes violently as he busts his nut in her. The guilt immediately sets in as they walk to the bathroom and try to wash the guilt off of them. When the phone rings, they both jump. Cedra grabs the phone. Hello? Bitch, where is my man? And why are you answering my shit? Ashanti asks sarcastically. Ho, he's in the kitchen fixing my breakfast. Yeah, right, bitch. Put him on the phone. P-Funk is glad that he and Cedra have finished washing up. He can't imagine trying to talk to Ashanti with his dick deep in Cedra. Hey, baby, what's up? They exchange greetings and kiss on the phone, followed by some small talk. After a few minutes, Ashanti tells him she will be home soon. And don't stick your dick in Cedra. After hanging up, he thinks, too late. He walks into the living room and has thoughts of fucking Cedra again, but they both settle for a hug, realizing they've betrayed their friend already. P-Funk falls asleep on the sofa, and Cedra does the same in the guest room, of course. That afternoon, Killer comes through and is very excited. P-Funk, come here, man. I need to show you something. Killer's parents have given him an early graduation gift. Living in the metro area signifies to others that your people have money. P-Funk rushes out of the condo and asks Killer, nigga, whose shit are you sitting on? You know how motherfuckers be tripping about their rides. Killer just smiles while throwing the keys to P-Funk. Let's go for a ride, my brother, is all Killer says. P-Funk hollers to Cedra. Cedra, we'll be back in a New York minute. She runs to the window just in time to see them get into the new cranberry Lincoln Continental, tipping on sprees. Peeping out the tint and the rims, Cedra quickly calls Michelle to tell her about Killer's new ride. Michelle says, girl, I sure would like to fuck him in the backseat of his car. Cedra responds, trifling ass. Didn't he tell you he has a woman? Imagine that shit. The audacity of Cedra. The pot calling the kettle black. A few hours later, P-Funk and Killer return with some brews and some King's barbecue. Everyone's excited because their munchies were at an all-time high, and King's barbecue is the best in the city. Everybody is grubbing when the phone rings. P-Funk answers the phone. Hello? Killer is telling the girls about his new ride. He would have preferred a Cobra Mustang with Dayton's, but after riding in the Continental, he's sold. All eyes turn to P-Funk, while he just holds the phone to his ear, nodding his head up and down. He simply says, okay, cool. After hanging up, P-Funk has a serious look of concern on his face. He looks at Ashanti and signals for her to go to the bedroom. She becomes alarmed at his expression and asks, what's wrong? Baby, that was Iran. He needs me to take a ride with him, he says with uncertainty in his voice. She hugs him and tells him to be careful. Pa! What? Remember, I love you. Although she is concerned, she tries not to show it much because she feels that wherever he is going, he's just as scared. P-Funk then calls Killer into the bedroom and tells him about the call. Killer notices the concern in P-Funk's voice and asks, so, are you cool with riding solo with him? Yeah, I'm cool. He said only me anyway, so I'm wondering what's good. P-Funk expresses that he isn't really scared. He's just wondering why Iran stressed that he come by himself. He never stressed that before. P-Funk hugged Killer and departed with, one love, keep your head up, and man these streets until I get back. Alright. Iran pulls up a few minutes later. Despite the fact that the sun has gone down, the shine on his midnight blue QX56 Infiniti with the eggshell interior is Hollywood, and the rims is definitely Miami. The Infiniti QX56 is considered the top of the line. P-Funk turns to Killer, and they embrace one more time before he jumps in with Iran. Yo, keep an eye on the girls until I get back, alright? Alright. During the ride, both Iran and P-Funk are speechless. The stereo's blasting Got Yourself a Gun by Nas. The lyrics from the song unnerve P-Funk, and as they cross the Mississippi Bridge, he thinks about just jumping out. 1,000 thoughts are running through his mind. P-Funk has never seen Iran in such a mood. He tries to reflect on anything he may have done to upset Iran. Shit, he thinks to himself. I only gave Crazy Joe a few extra nickels, and I paid for that out of my cut. He knows that he has been completely loyal to Iran, and finally decides to just relax. They pass Annunciation Street, then turn left 3 blocks down onto St. Andrews. Before long, they pull up by the ferry across from Jackson Avenue. In the parking lot is a Cadillac Cian. It's a pretty pearl silver inspired by the F-117A stealth fighter. P-Funk admires the ride. That's a bad motherfucker. When they pull parallel to the Cian, Iran just looks at P-Funk, then smiles. P-Funk wants to ask what the hell is going on, then the door to the Cian opens. Damn! The female that emerges is absolutely fine. She looks like Megan Good with a Serena Williams booty. Her long black hair matches her black miniskirt. Her shirt is tied just above her navel, where her diamond navel ring shines despite the darkness. The knee-high boots she has on totally enhances her outfit. P-Funk is admiring her exquisite, curvaceous figure when he says, "Look at that." She motions over to P-Funk. "Follow me, Poppy." Caught up in her radiant persona, P-Funk doesn't think to ask where they are going. He only calculates that she's a Latina. They follow her across the parking lot, into a shed, and stop at a steel blue door. She punches in a security code, and the door opens, leading them down a flight of steps into a dark room. The dark room is illuminated and scented by candles, creating the ambience of a surreal esoteric initiation. There's a long cherry wood table in the center with 5 flags representing 5 different countries, where 4 men have already taken their seats. P-Funk is taking mental pictures and hopes to remember this in case he needs to get out of there. To his right is a Cuban and a Nigerian. On his left sits a Jamaican and a Mexican. They all stand and introduce themselves, and Iran introduces P-Funk to them. "Gentlemen, this is the young man I've been telling you all about, Mr. Paul Ford." Paul shakes hands with everyone present and lets them know that he goes by the name P-Funk. With nothing to fear, P-Funk takes the approach that these men are important, and he doesn't want to seem soft, greedy, or indecisive in their eyes. So he counsels himself and deduces that one should never appear compeer in the eyes of made men. And while others get golden opportunities, the importance of these men gives him a platinum chance. After all the introductions are made and they all sit down, they continue interviewing P-Funk. They rarely take on new members and seldom show their faces together outdoors, but this is special. After talking with P-Funk for 20 minutes, the 4 gentlemen go into the back room. Iran again smiles at P-Funk, letting him know everything's cool. Deep in Iran's heart, he is extremely proud of Paul. He has stood up like a soldier, as all true hustlers should. The gentlemen reappear, and the Nigerian is doing all the talking on behalf of the group. "Iran, It is nice to see you again. And P-Funk, it is nice to have met you as well. The two of you can leave now. As they walk down the corridor, it turns into a tunnel. P-Funk has no idea what's going on and is about to panic when Iran says, I'm really proud of you. You did well back there. P-Funk doesn't know what he did well. And when the tunnel exits onto a yacht with Scandinavian emblazoned on the side, he becomes frantic. Iran tells him to keep going, and his mind begins to play tricks on him. What are they going to do? Shoot me? Shit, I haven't done nothing wrong. They reach the top deck as the Scandinavian is leaving port. Not knowing what else to do, and to hide his panic, he waves goodbye like Iran is doing. Iran puts his arm on P-Funk's shoulder, and they walk towards the elevators. He tells P-Funk to relax, and that everything will be all right. As they reach the bottom level of the yacht, P-Funk is amazed with what is inside. The yacht is equipped with screen televisions, video games, a full kitchen, bathroom with jacuzzi, and water beds in each room. Whoever owns this yacht has long cash, P-Funk thinks, as he takes a seat on the ostrich skin sofa. Finally, it's the right time. Iran calls him over to the bar and hands him a drink while saying, I know you're feeling lost right now, but everything is cool. You are now my right-hand man, and I'm taking you to meet my connect. We'll have some fun, do some business, and then return. P-Funk is relieved, but angry that Iran didn't just tell him over the phone, so that way he wouldn't have been so damn nervous. I didn't tell you anything on the phone because you never know who's listening. I survive in the game this long because I stick to the rules all the time. Iran says to him while taking another shot of Cuervo Gold. Iran tells him that they will be gone 10 to 14 days and not to worry about anything. P-Funk is concerned about changing clothes. Iran admires the kid. He will soon grow out of worrying about small stuff. In fact, with all the events he has planned, they both will probably never ever wear clothes. It's already late, so they have another round and call it a night. P-Funk thinks he's dreaming when Naomi taps him on the shoulder. Naomi is a Caribbean queen, 5'10", honey complexion, petite, and a beautiful smile. She's simply gorgeous. The baby fat two-piece thong swimsuit can't fit any better. It looks like it's a second skin. In her accent, she says, Pleased to meet you. The others are waiting at the house. He looks in bewilderment, wondering where did Iran sneak off to. Naomi has a white linen short set laid out for him with some Fendi sandals. You bathe now? I'll come for you in 10 minutes, okay? Well, if you don't come for me, I'm going to come for you, Paul said jokingly with a smile. As they exit the boat, Naomi and P-Funk get into a white Benz golf cart. They drive towards the mansion ahead. P-Funk looks back at the Scandinavian, and he notices at least 7 other yachts as well. Women are all over the place, in the front yard, the driveway. Damn, these are top flight chicks, and all of them are dubs. He would marry any one of them at the drop of a dime. Naomi escorts him to his personal room and hands him a cell phone. Just dial 69 if you need me, she says before opening the curtains and leaving through the balcony. When P-Funk turns around and notices, there's 3 smiling beauties. They're comfortably scattered around the room wearing his favorite, birthday. They say, We are here to service your needs, Mr. Ford. He says, Just call me P-Funk. He thinks he's died and gone to heaven. Good googly moogly. He can't believe these honeys are at his complete beck and call. The first thing he wants to do is freak all of them, but one chick has his immediate interest. Russell doesn't have the only Kimura. Sitting in an apricot apple-bottom halter with Hansel and Gretel Serena shorts is Kimura's pseudo-biological twin, Amore. Amore hands P-Funk a drink and 2 red pills with a devil in the center. What are these? P-Funk asks. They're red devils. and they keep your bones strong like a tiger, Amore said while smiling. Within 10 minutes of taking the pills, he starts to undress. Grabbing Amore by her hair, he bites into a kiss, sucking her bottom lip, thinking, she tastes like that honeydew melon she was eating earlier. With that in mind, he tells her to go fix him an exotic fruit salad. She gets up and exits. He starts freaking the rest of them, and he's glad he took those pills. He knows without them, he wouldn't have been able to ball like he just did. He makes a mental note to get some of that X to take back with him. He thinks, if it makes my John stay hard like this all the time, I'll use it on Ashanti and freaky ass Cedra. They ate, drank, swam, and freaked routinely, and before he realized it, 2 days had went by. Still no sign of Amore, nor of his exotic fruit salad. He hasn't seen Iran either, but he figures he's getting the same treatment or better. Later that evening, the three of them screw again, and Amore has finally returned, fruit salad and all. I'm so sorry, P-Funk, but I couldn't find the kiwi and mussels I needed to make your fruit salad exotic in the villa. I had to go over to the other side of the island, Amore said while placing a round basket on the counter. What's in the basket? P-Funk asked. I got some natural edible oils made of different fruits. You want to try a few? Amore asked. Yeah, says P-Funk. What kind of oil do you think will do? P-Funk says. I'll use the cocoa mango on you, and you can use either the honey melon papaya or kiwi cantaloupe crush on me, responded Amore. Amore then passes P-Funk a joint. Smoke this while I make your salad. What are the mussels for? P-Funk asked. They're an aphrodisiac used to stimulate your sexual drive. What kind of weed is this? Strawberry haze, Amore said while feeding P-Funk a mouthful of salad with avocado salad dressing. Damn, Ma, this stuff tastes like heaven. While taking P-Funk's hand and leading him to the jacuzzi room, Amore says, You haven't tasted heaven yet, but I expect you will. P-Funk looked confused, but the mussels, strawberry haze, and pills had him in a euphoriant stupor. The jacuzzi room was off the chain. The burgundy jacuzzi had gold fixtures and set atop a gray marble floor, surrounded by wall and ceiling mirrors. The light was produced from the electronic fireplace, giving the room a spectral effect. Stepping out of her sheer gray mini dress, Amore revealed the most sensuous body P-Funk had ever seen. No hair anywhere, and supple breasts that said love me all over them. But what caught P-Funk's attention was the tattoo of an angel right above her clit. As he looked keener, it appeared that the angel was smiling at him, or so he thought. Putting the rest of the joint out, P-Funk disrobed and joined Amore in the jacuzzi. They washed each other in honey and almond soap. Kissing and exploring each other's body, P-Funk became eager to get the goods. He stood up and let his John look Amore in the face. She grabbed it and pulled him out of the jacuzzi along with her. Let's put the oil on first. They start rubbing oil all over each other. P-Funk's senses start to heighten. The fire is warmer. Its flame is brighter, and Amore's hands feel like feathers. She's massaging the oil into P-Funk's shoulders. He stoops down and licks each nipple of her breast. She gasps, Oh! P-Funk has the taste of the honey papaya in his mouth. He's licking his lips, thinking aloud. He says, I want to taste heaven.